So today we're going to be talking about contouring and highlighting. Um, Pretty much everybody knows the basics of contouring and highlighting, like you highlight at your forehead and your nose and your chin and you contour in the hollows of your cheeks. And you can do that and that's perfectly okay. But we're going to go a little more in depth about what contouring and highlighting actually does and how you can use it to, benefit and perfect your face shape. So the first things first, um, highlighting, you use a random hair on my shoulder. Um, you use a lighter shade, like a shade that's significantly lighter than your foundation color, but not like bright white if you're like black or something like that, You don't want to be like ridiculous about it. And what the highlighting does is it makes the area come forward. It makes it come off like the planes of the face. So when you're highlighting in your natural areas of highlight, you're going to highlight on your forehead, on the bridge of your nose, your chin, and your cheekbones. Because if you look at the plane of your face, that's what comes out, like right there. If your face is flat, your nose comes out, your cheekbones should stand out, your chin comes out. For contouring, using a darker shade, um, usually like a bronzer, something with like a brownish tone, not significantly darker, like, if you were like tanned in the summertime, you want to use like a bronzer that would be like the tannest that you could get, if that makes sense. But you don't want it to be like really, really, really dark. You don't want it to be unnatural looking and, make it look obvious that you're wearing bronzer. And you might want to avoid stuff with like a shimmer too. So what the bronzing does, or the contouring, it makes it recede into your face. So the areas that like naturally recede are like the hollows of your cheeks and the crease and underneath your lip right there, the chin or whatever that is. And so you can also use your contouring to, define those areas. But what you can also use it for is to correct a less than perfect facial shape. So, let's talk about facial shapes. I got my book right here. Learning this in school. Okay, so, facial shapes. If you are awesome and you are perfect and you have an oval face shape, you do not need to contour and highlight for your face shape, because your face shape is perfect. Lucky you. So basically your face is divided into 3 zones. From the hairline to between your brows is zone A. From between your brows to the bottom of your nose right there is zone B. From the bottom of your nose to the tip of your chin is zone C. In a perfect world, zones A and C are going to be equal in width, and then zone B is going to be slightly wider, but not too much wider. A nice oval shape. And the lengths of them are all going to be the same. My forehead is like slightly smaller than everything else, I think. I determined that I have kind of like a squarish pear shape. Sometimes determining your face shape is really hard. I mean, I had a really hard time with it. So we're going to talk about the descriptions of it and see if you can figure it out. Okay, so I've already talked about oval shaped. It's oval, Yay. Okay, anyways. Heart-shaped face. In your heart-shaped face, the zone A, this zone is going to be the widest part. It's going to create a heart shape. It's going to be wide here, and it's going to taper down. And you'll often have a widow's peak. I have a little bit of a widow's peak, but you'll probably have more of a defined one. So the way that you want to correct it is you're going to apply contour to the sides of the face, at the temples, and at the top of the chin, because if you have a heart-shaped face, then your forehead is wider. And so in order to make it recede, make it smaller, you're going to contour it. And then in order to make your jawline appear wider, you're going to highlight at your jawline so that everything is equal. So That's for heart-shaped face. Contour, highlight. It's going to make your jawline come out. It's going to make your forehead go in. Now, for a round face. Round face, obviously, it's rounded, circular, you know, kind of young looking, kind of like that baby face, kind of chubby baby face. It's kind of cute, but not when you're getting older and, you know, you want to be really pretty, not really cute. So you improve that by just contouring in the hollows of your cheeks, because that's going to create that definition that you want in your cheekbones. For the square face, there's a dog barking outside. Please don't go outside and bark. No, I see you want to bark. Okay. You need to make zones A and C appear narrower. So you're going to contour at the sides of the face, at the temples, and on either side of the jaw. And then your contouring is gonna like taper down as you approach zone B. That's what my book says. I'm like reading it like word for word, so I'm sorry if you don't understand. I'm like trying to understand it too. So taper down. Like, you want it to blend, so, you know, you're gonna contour, I guess you can highlight your cheeks. It doesn't say to. It just says taper down, so. But either way, you know, if your face is square, then it's gonna be like this, you know, and, you know, you want it to be like, a nice, you know, soft. So you're gonna contour so that these go in, and then they make it look like your cheeks are wider and normal. And then the last face shape is pear-shaped, which is pretty much what I have. Well, sort of what I have. I have like a square pear. I don't know, my face is weird. So it's basically the opposite of the heart-shaped face. So, you know, the heart-shaped is bigger at the top and smaller at the bottom. This one is going to be like a pear, smaller at the top and bigger at the bottom. Your jawline is going to be wide and your forehead is going to be a little bit narrower. And so you're going to basically do the opposite of what you did for the heart-shaped one. So you would contour at the jawline and highlight at the forehead, you know, around your temples, because that's going to make your forehead wider, because, you know, you're going to be highlighting right there. You're going to bring it out this way. And then your jawline, you're going to contour, and then it's going to bring it in, make it smaller, make it slimmer, and that's going to even everything out. So that's basically contouring and highlighting for correcting your face shape. You know, if you want to make something stand out, basically these are like basics. If you want to make something stand out, you're gonna highlight it. You're gonna apply a lighter shade. If you're like, man, I really want my cheekbones to stand out, you're gonna highlight your cheekbones. That's gonna make them come out. You want to highlight on like the top of them though, not like on the actual cheekbones. You want to like be like, I kind of have highlight. It's like right there. You can kind of see the brightness of it. And then, you know, if you want to make something recede, if there's something that you don't really like, you contour it, make it go into the face, make it less noticeable, and so that's basically it. I don't really know what else to say, so I hope this is helpful to anybody who wants to know a little more about contouring and how to actually go about doing it strategically, because it is more than just, you know, putting some bronzer in your cheekbones and calling it a day. There's so much more you can do with it, and you can really perfect your look with just strategic highlighting and contouring. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope it was helpful, and I'm sorry for my random awkwardness. And okay, thank you, bye.